Just over 1 year ago, we heard these words for the very first time. Do not adjust your technological device. Do not fiddle with your headphones. You are listening to Phone Box Phenomena. Now, as the final episode approaches, relive the adventure of a lifetime as we present Foam Box Phenomenon, the adventure so far. Our story began in Compass Point, an ordinary business park in an ordinary town, told in an ordinary and perfectly convincing and non-generalized American accent. There was one Wednesday morning in February, which was strange, as there were normally at least 4. But this particular morning would mark a change in Claude Assidy's life that he would never be able to forget. For when Claude started work that day in his foam-padded voiceover box, he discovered a new option on the computer system, which upon activating, sent Claude hurtling through time.
What the hell is going on here?
Opera non permovio extraneous.
Come again, buddy?
Quid vos ad vox.
Look, I'm really sorry, pal, but I don't speak. Whatever it is you're speaking. Why didn't I just turn around slowly?
Claude turned around slowly. To his amazement, standing in front of him, pointing his sword at his throat, was a Roman soldier. Meanwhile, back at the office, the head of IT, Helena Handbasket, was unveiling her new creation.
I'm not gonna lie, this is exciting. Very exciting. Ladies and gentlemen of the voiceover team, I introduce to you your new fully operational pronunciation robot. I call him the For-Vocal Pronunciation Assistance Machine. Forvo for short.
Helena pressed a button on her watch, and a strange-looking robot trundled into the room. It looked like a cross between a fax machine and a water cooler, and remarkably like my mother-in-law.
Forvo ready.
I'm totally typing a word now,
said Sean of Shotgun.
Loughborough. A university town in the Midlands of England. Pronounced, Daneclore.
What?
Said Max. Maximum hair length.
Repeat. Danger. Claude in danger.
Claude had escaped back into his foam box. The Roman soldier running off into the woods, scared off by Motorhead blasting out from Claude's phone. However, a few moments later, he returned, and Claude watched in horror as an entire Roman legion hurtled towards him.
Listen, buddies, fellas, pals, and buddies. I don't suppose any of you chiefs know how to work a time-traveling foam-padded box from the future, do ya? I'll take that as a no. Now let's see how the rest of you ancient buddies like a bit of Lemmy.
He hit play on his phone, and Motorhead's Ace of Spades blasted out of the foam box with more volume than a hen party in a karaoke bar.
Census Malam! Bugio!
Yelled the Romans, which roughly translates to run away, which is precisely what they did.
I owe you one, Lemmy.
But what Claude didn't realize was that our original Roman friend had not run far, and was currently pointing an arrow at Claude's head. He took a deep breath, fired. The arrow spun towards Claude's head. Claude turned around just in time to see the arrow bounce off a sword that had perfectly intercepted it. The sword was held by a tall, terrifying woman with fierce eyes and hair you could lose a dog in.
Hey up, Chuck. What are you doing out here in some kind of poncy privy?
Trying to get away from crazies like you. No offense, doll.
By heck, you don't have to talk funny, me old chariot washer. Anyways, what's your name, Duck? Some people call me Boudica. Some call me Boadicea. But you can call me Bo.
Boudica gave Claude the option of becoming her live-in love slave, or of having his head chopped off. Claude settled for the latter.
Right, off with your noggin it is then. Shame, really. You're not a bad-looking fella.
Neither are you. Swing it, baby.
As Boudica raised her mighty sword, Claude suddenly performed a perfect backwards roll into his box, jumping up and shutting the door behind him in one swift movement. He discovered the Roman soldier was hiding in the foam box.
Look where you're going, you idiot. I mean, what is it? Villigo, Sicko, Barrow.
You can speak English, buddy?
No.
But before Claude could ask any more questions, the crazed Boudica started hacking at the phone box door with her axe.
Come out of there, you two weirdos. It's getting late, and I'm getting frisky.
Claude and the Roman gave each other a worried look. The Roman shuffled around, trying to get up. But before he could say, Boudica hornium run away as quickest, or some such nonsense, the foam-padded box started shaking violently. To Boudica's amazement, it started fading, and then completely vanished before her very eyes. In the office, Tilma Soupsready was comforting the already abused pronunciation robot.
I'm real sorry, Forvo. I'm sure they didn't mean to shout at you. It's okay. Oh, there, Forvo.
After what seemed like about 6.5 weeks, she finally realized what Forvo had been saying.
Hey, has anyone seen Claude today? Oh no, his box has disappeared. Whatever can this mean? Wherever can he be? Toto! I'm sorry.
Sorry to interrupt and everything, but I think there's something you guys have gotta know.
That was Len Ovo, resident computer expert and assistant head of IT.
Extra, read all about it. Voiceover employee goes missing along with his entire box. Read all about it.
That was Colum Inches, resident copywriter and freelance journalist. The name Inches comes from the fact that... Wash your mind out, madam. From the fact that he was only a few inches tall.
Lenovo, what have you got to say for yourself? Spit it out!
I think it might be all my fault. To try and improve elements of our main system, I activated the dormant Silverlight program that I found on the old server.
You did what? Oh my God! That was the program designed by Anna and Claude's father right before. Lenovo, how could you? You know full well the kind of crazy experiments those two were up to before.
Tilma Soupsready was now very worried about Claude. She walked over to where his box used to be. She missed him terribly.
Danger! Danger!
I sure do hope he's okay. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to him. I sure don't like it when bad things happen to nice people. It's just not fair.
But before Tilma could finish her sentence, Claude's foam-padded voiceover box suddenly reappeared. That was the good news. The bad news was that it appeared in the precise spot it had been before it disappeared. The precise spot where Tilma Soupsready was now standing.
Tilma!
Hey, buddies. Claude's back. What's with the look? Who died and made you miserable? Hey, where's Tilma?
My God, we've got to get that thing off of her. What are you up to, Lenovo?
Well, before, I only reactivated parts of the Silverlight program. So I've just assessed it and transferred it to the main server, and now we should be able to activate the full program. And then we should be able to control the box.
I got to say, hey, that doesn't sound like a very good idea, you know what I'm saying?
Lenovo, don't you dare!
Len's computer beeped, and then every computer in the place started beeping and flashing. The doors of every voiceover box started opening and closing violently, and the office lights started flashing on and off like crazy. That was when things got weird. Just then, the Roman was thrown from inside Claude's malfunctioning box.
Ah, Beneficius Diabolus! Beneficius Diabolus! Mater!
And with that, he ran madly across the office and threw himself through the window, glass shattering everywhere, and then ran off into the streets.
Okay, this is beyond peculiar. Who in God's name was that?
Oh, that was just an old Roman buddy of mine. We shared a sword, a crazy lady, and a box. It was cozy.
I says, hey, We got to stop this thing before any more of this kooky craziness. You know what I'm saying?
Lenovo, do something already!
I'm trying to deactivate it, but it seems to be encrypted.
Oh, you fools. You simply delicious fools. You really think you are in control of anything that is happening? And if you think this is bad, this is just the beginning. My revenge is going to be scrumptious. Salivatingly scrumptious. And not one of you delectable dimwits will be able to stop me.
But what the mysterious woman didn't realize was that the Roman was slowly sneaking up behind her, his sword drawn.
Not one of you. Not one!
The Roman soldier was now right behind her, his sword raised above his head. As he took one step closer, the mysterious woman swung round in her chair.
Hello, Mother. Okay, let's just calm down here, everyone. We need to get to the bottom of this. What is this whole Silverlight thing anyway?
Silverlight was one of the crazy programs your father and Anna came up with in the old office before the fire. And, oh, this is awkward.
It's okay. You mean the fire my dad died in? I get it.
I'll just talk to myself, shall I?
You can talk to me if you like.
Everyone gasped in shock.
Oh.
Told you. No one had ever noticed the Roman and the mysterious woman come into the office. The woman was holding some sort of ray gun.
Hello, darlings. So nice to see you all again.
Anna, is that you?
Yes, it is I, Anna. Analogica. I have returned.
You look amazing, let me tell you.
I know.
What's the matter, Claude? Don't you recognize me without my helmet?
What about if I speak like this? Veni, vidi, vici, etc.
Roman, buddy? What? I've gotta stop sleeping in the sink. I think it's making me crazy.
Let me introduce you to my son, Brandon. Brandon Berg. Thank you so much for rescuing him. Not that you had much choice, of course. It was all part of my perfect plan.
Plan? What plan?
Oh, I'd love to stay and chat, but unfortunately, the next part of my plan is to kill you all, and I really must be getting back. I've got a souffle in the oven.
Forvo will not let you hurt my friends.
Forvo trundled forward. Analogica simply laughed, raised her gun, and blasted a hole straight through it.
Forvo! Dude!
Forvo offline.
And now for the rest of you.
Except Claude, Mummy. We need him alive.
Yes, of course, darling. Who's next then? Oh, killing you all is going to be such delicious fun.
Hang on a goddamn minute there, Missy. If you're gonna shoot everyone in here like fish in a phone box, you could at least explain what the hell is going on first. Are you really gonna kill everyone without explaining your brilliant and ingeniously thought-out plan first? Otherwise, you realize they're all gonna die thinking you're just some crazy loon with an average IQ, don't you? We can't have that, Mummy. You've got to tell those phone box fools how brilliant we are.
Oh, all right. But I'm cutting it fine with that souffle. It's really perfectly simple. Well, for a gorgeous genius like me, anyway. You see, myself and Ford, Claude's father, created Silverlight, amongst many other brilliant things, back in the old office. But whereas I wanted to use it to claim dominance over this stupid world, your father had the ridiculous notion of using it to do good. Good? I mean, really.
Ridiculous.
We argued for some time, and then one night I caught the sneaky, sentimental fool when he snuck back into the office and tried to alter Silverlight so that only he could use it.
Is there an intermission in this?
Needless to say, I was not best pleased with this, and during the ensuing struggle, the server overheated and the whole place went up.
So you caused the fire that killed my father. You think that's funny, buddy?
Oh, you really are a delectable dimwit. Your father didn't die in the fire. He escaped in one of the phone boxes. Escaped into time, the swine.
My father's alive.
Unfortunately.
Chalk ices! Get your chalk ices! Chalk ices!
I'll take one. Actually, 2. Actually, 3. Oh, just give me the box.
Then, when the new office was built, clever Mummy set about gradually restoring and repairing Silverlight.
But you never stepped foot in this office.
It's amazing what you can do remotely nowadays. Or perhaps I had an inside man.
I'm gonna get pizza. Anyone want pizza? I want pizza.
I'll have some.
And then she sent me into time to find Ford and kill him.
But as soon as Brandon stepped out of the phone box, it returned here, stranding my precious son in the Roman era. It seemed Ford had been more successful than I thought, and had made it so Silverlight could only be fully controlled using his DNA, silly swine, fiendish fool, clever... chap.
Garlic bread. Do I get garlic bread? Who wants garlic bread?
So brilliant, Mummy rigged your phone box, so the next time you used it, it would take you back to when I was, and then I could get home.
I wasn't sure it was going to work, but it did. So now I know I can use you to find your father.
And what are you going to do with him when you find him? I don't imagine you're going to compare soufflé recipes.
Oh, nothing much. I'm just going to force him to release full control of Silverlight to me. Then I'm going to kill him. And then I'm going to take over the world. You know, the usual. And now I'm bored.
You're not the only one.
And I really must be getting back, so I'm going to kill the rest of you now, if you don't mind.
Do it, Mummy. Kill them all.
Anna aimed her gun at Helena Handbasket.
So you can only get to my dad using me?
Yes, now be quiet. I've got killing to do.
Oh, God!
So as long as I'm alive, my dad and the whole world is in danger.
Yes, stop interrupting me. Say goodbye, honey bun.
Anna pulled the trigger on her ray gun. But before she knew what was happening, Claude had thrown himself in front of Helena. The shot hit him square in the chest.
Oh, no! Sorry, doll. Think I got some blood on your dress. Hope it doesn't clash.
Oh my God, Claude! You saved my life, let me tell you.
No, you've ruined everything. Everything. You're a stupid, sentimental fool, just like your father. There's no point now. No point. Brandon, take my gun and finish them all off. I'm ruined. Ruined.
And with that, Analogica stormed out of the office. Everyone gathered round Claude.
Sorry I couldn't save you all, buddies. I must have been slipping in my old age.
You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Is he gonna be okay?
Dude, you've got a hole in you the size of a beach ball.
It looks a bit like a giant... Oh!
I'm really sorry, Claude, but I'd say you've got only a couple of minutes to live.
Actually, none of you have got more than a few seconds. Oh, I am going to enjoy this.
Brandenburg raised his gun.
Something's not right. Ah, yes. I need my music.
He plugged in his MP3 player to the nearest computer and pressed play.
Now die, you fools. Die in ecstasy.
The Brandenburg concerto filled the office as Brandon closed his eyes and began firing, dancing and spinning around as he did so. He smiled as he heard screams and gasps and the sound of bodies hitting the floor. It was like a sadistic, ballistic ballet. This scene would look great on TV, then it's on the radio. Anyway, after a while, his dancing slowed and he opened his eyes to discover that he'd managed to miss absolutely everyone. Claude was stood in front of him.
Should have kept your eyes open, buddy.
Claude punched Brandenburg right in the face. He fell to the floor like a sack of evil English potatoes. Claude fell against the door of his foam-padded voiceover box.
Is there anything we can do, dude?
Yeah. Help me into my box.
Why?
Just, please.
They gently helped Claude into his box and sat him down. He typed on the keyboard.
Extra, extra! What are you doing?
I'm going to find my father.
What?
I want to see him one last time.
But you've only got minutes to live, I tell you.
Oh, I can do a lot of great things in a couple of minutes, babe. Believe me. Now close the door.
You's crazy, man.
Please.
They closed the door of his box and watched as it started shaking.
Goodbye, buddies. Take care of yourselves.
Claude!
I'm coming, Dad.
Claude's box faded slowly away. Claude and his foam-padded box were gone. Everyone was stood in silence, staring at the now empty space which seemed to fill the whole room.
Bring him back. Bring him back.
I can't. I don't know how to properly control Silverlight.
Meanwhile, in Analogica's lair...
Curse that crazy, clod-hopping, chisel-jawed Claude. Now I'll never find Ford, never! And I'll never be able to use Silverlight to take over this pathetic, pea-brained, peopled planet. And I've burned my souffle. Why did Ford have to have such an idiotic, heroic son? Why couldn't he... Of course! That's it! Oh, that is clever.
Meanwhile, back in the office, Shonoff Shotgun was kneeling on the floor, holding Forvo in his arms.
Goodbye, robot, friendly and brave. You couldn't pronounce stuff, but you were my fave. Always so helpful, and had cold water too. Not now though, 'cause she shot a big hole in you.
I hate to interrupt this little mother's meeting, but I rather need my son back.
Everyone looked around, but couldn't see Analogica anywhere. Her voice was booming out of every computer in the office.
I'd like you to meet some friends of mine. Meet the Grey.
The foam boxes started humming and glowing blue again. The box doors opened, and horrifying 9-foot-tall creatures emerged from inside them, ducking down as they came through the doorways, and then straightening up to their full, terrifying height. They had no features whatsoever, no eyes, no nothing. Formless grey shapes, which moved like lifeless, slow-motion ballet dancers towards our heroes. Max grabbed the ray gun off Column and shot repeatedly at them. The shots just seemed to be absorbed, make the ghouls glow bright red for a second. The terrifying creatures slowly and gently surrounded Brandon and Helena, who instantly fell silent and motionless, as if in some kind of trance. They floated an inch off the floor, and then along with the encircling creatures, glided strangely and serenely out of the office.
We've got to get her back!
But before anyone could do anything, one of the boxes glowed blue again, and suddenly what looked like an enormous missile of some sort appeared out of it, with a smartly dressed man sat on top, straddling it.
I say, terribly sorry to burst in on you like this, but I don't suppose any of you chaps know how to disarm a thermonuclear bomb, do you? Only I seem to have mislaid the damned instructions again. Darn nuisance, as there's only 30 minutes to go before the dreaded thing goes off, as it were. Silly Johnny, what am I saying? Not 30 minutes, 30 seconds! Always getting those two mixed up. So sorry, where are my manners? The name's Johnny. Johnny Hockey Sticks. Anyone for a champagne cocktail?
Extra, extra! Read all about it! We're all gonna die any second now in a huge nuclear explosion! Read all about it!
I don't know how to deactivate it. There's nothing I can do. Sorry, everyone. Looks like this is it.
The bomb ticked its final ticks. The deafening noise of imminent death shaking our heroes to the bone. Suddenly and silently, Max's phone box door slowly swung open, and that now all too familiar blue light started emanating from within it.
Here we go again, dudes. What's gonna come out this time?
But nothing came out. At least, not at first. But then there was something distant, a distant noise.
Is that music?
The distant music grew louder. As the music filled the room, Max suddenly dropped his head, as if he'd somehow fallen asleep. Then, slowly, he raised it again and started moving towards the bomb. Then, as if he was being carried by the music, he moved right up to the bomb. He reached out his hand and typed on the keypad. The ticking stopped, the music faded away, and the phone box door swung slowly shut again. Meanwhile, in Analogica's lair...
Let me out of here, let me tell you! Let me out of here, right now!
Silence, you vacuous vanity victim. I'm going to lower the force field now, but in case you have any boring ideas about escaping, the Grey have this building completely surrounded. You wouldn't be able to manage even one step outside.
Never mind about escaping. What are you gonna do with my dress? Do you have any idea how much this cost?
Right. I've got a plan. Gentlemen, we are gonna attack Analogica's lair tonight. And we are gonna win. Here's what you're gonna have to do. And once I've explained all of that, I'm gonna have to do something I should have done a long time ago. I'm going to rebuild Forvo.
Excellent!
The sample is ready, Mummy.
Sample? What sample?
Why, Claude's blood, of course. What else do you think we needed you for? Your towering intellect? Activate the Eden extractor.
The machine buzzed and whirred, and slowly the figure of a man started growing, bathed in an eerie red glow.
Ah!
You should be happy. You might say we're bringing him home, in a way. And with him, I will finally gain full control of Silverlight. And then, the world! Helena, say hello to Claudacity.
No!
Everyone, there's someone here who I'd like you to say hello to.
Forvo ready.
Forvo, buddy! This is totally bodacious. How you feeling, dude?
Where is Claude?
Forvo, dude. I'm sorry, but Claude,
Went to find his dad.
Yeah, he went off in time in a phone box to find his dad. We won't be seeing him again, though.
Error. Error.
What do you mean, error?
Error. Claude detected. Claude detected in this vicinity.
I have procured Claude's DNA handprint, Mummy.
Excellent. And now, despite all your pathetic efforts, Audacity, Silverlight will finally be mine. Mine!
She pressed her hand into a section of the control panel in front of her. Blue light started pulsing through the room as a mechanical humming crescendoed until it was almost deafening.
It's mine! It's finally mine! Silverlight is mine! And with it, the world!
I can't believe they've got Claude there, dudes. What are they doing to him? We've got to get him back.
Extra, extra! It's not Claude. It's a creepy, crude Claude clone.
Calm's right. But more importantly, Analogica now has complete control over Silverlight. We have to stop her immediately.
Calculations complete.
Excellent!
One of the phone boxes glowed blue, and Johnny Hockey Sticks appeared.
What ho, everyone? Anyone for a quick round or two of rummy? Bagsy IB dealer.
Oi, did you get him?
Certainly did, old chap. 2 sonic swords, and they weren't easy to lay my hands on, let me assure you of that.
Max and Sean took a sword each and got into their phone boxes and shut the doors.
Right. I'm using unlimited control of Silverlight to download specific skills directly into your brains. Here goes nothing.
Now I shall summon the rest of the Grey, and your pitiful world shall fall.
You mean there's more of those things?
Oh, my dear, the ones outside are but a mere handful. Now I control Silverlight. I can bring thousands of them here, all under my command, and nothing will be able to stop me.
And how exactly do you control those things? How come they don't freeze you, too?
Because we learned their secret. Their language is music. So I invented this device.
he pointed to what looked like a cross between an old-fashioned gramophone and a radar dish.
We discovered the correct high frequency and intoned our commands to them. Now they are enslaved to us.
And now I shall activate the dodecahedron. It will channel the full power of Silverlight and break down the barriers between dimensions. Already small tears in the fabric of space-time are appearing in this vicinity, and once the dodecahedron reaches full power, I will be able to access anywhere in space and any moment in time simultaneously.
All right, don't rush me, or I'll fall. Let me tell you, I'll...
Helena tripped and fell into the console.
Be careful, you high-heeled harpy. You'll damage the dodecahedron.
All right, I'm sorry. I wouldn't want to damage your precious dodecky-doo-dah.
15 seconds to full power.
Now come, ye grey, come creep, come swarm, unbound, unshaped, undying form. I summon thee unto this plane, to rule the darkness my domain. Come, come!
3, 2, 1.
The dodecahedron's mad whirring built up and up and up, and then suddenly faded away.
What's happening?
The dodecahedron has lost all power.
Impossible! How is this possible?
Do you really think after all these years of exquisite footwear that I can't walk straight in high heels? I just needed a few seconds with the console. They don't call me head of IT for nothing, you know.
You interfering imbecile! Brandon, destroy her.
With pleasure, Mummy.
It was worth it to stop you insane lunatics.
Brandenburg raised his ray gun and pointed it at Helena.
I'm sorry, Claude.
Okay, guys. As soon as we hear from Volvo, we can attack.
And what if those great things spot us before we hear from Metal Mickey?
Then we're finished. It shouldn't be long now.
Oh god, what's that?
It's nothing, Sean. It's just a...
Len turned to see a bright blue light suddenly filling part of the field, and something coming out of it.
It's just an entire Roman legion coming straight for us.
There's hundreds of thems.
Oh god, we're done for, dudes.
The Romans hurtled towards them, swords in the air. The Grey sensed the commotion and started floating towards our heroes.
Grey on one side, Romans on the other.
Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Sorry, everyone. Looks like we're done for.
What will become of our intrepid and peculiar heroes? Can they stop Analogica from taking over all of space and time? Is this story so far feature actually any shorter than just listening to the entire series? Find out soon in the thrilling final ever episode of...
Go Bugs Phenomena!